Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm honored to be connecting in with you as we take a moment in our busyness of life to stop, pause, connect, and be poured into. Privilege and an honor to be with you here today. And we're going to be focused on looking at our life, checking in, and being transformed, becoming more and more of who we are called to be, and in doing so, living a life of abundance. Let's take a moment and just feel that we get to be more of who we are, who we're made to be, and in that live a life of powerful, freeing, uplifting, and empowering abundance. Let's breathe that in. Wonderful. And some of what we're going to talk about today, we've got amazing experts that are coming alongside us to support us, because this is not a solo journey. It's not meant to do on our own. I don't know where that rumor got started, but we're here to bring truth and light to that we actually get to come together and support one another and learn from each other and grow on this beautiful and rich journey of life. And some of that growth we call transformation. It's an opportunity for us to transform and grow and become more of who we are called to be. And I think sometimes in the busyness of life, we're focused on the to-do list, the calendar, the agenda, all these things that need to get done. And yes, they do matter and they are important. But I believe we can do the things that we're called to do, being more of who we are called to be, and there can be joy in that. We can be fully supported to live a life of abundance, that we're in charge of the list and the calendar. It's not in charge of us. We're the ones that get to put down those things and take steps on things that matter most to us, instead of all those things becoming these heavy commitments and obligations that are running our life. We can shift that. We can step more into that place of abundance and choice and being on purpose and living with great purpose. And let's take a moment to check in. Those of you driving, please stay safe. Both hands on the wheels, eyes open. You're inwardly tuning in. Those of you able to, I want to invite you to put both feet on the floor. Really feel it supporting you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Let's do that again. Breath is so beautiful. And as you're doing this breath, sit back in your chair. Really feel it supporting you as well. Put one hand on your heart. Keep breathing. One hand on your head. Beautiful. And this is a reminder, bringing us all in mind, body, soul, and spirit. Because I want to encourage us to be present. Choose to be here fully, not just in body, but all of us, mind, body, heart, and spirit. So we are ready to receive everything that is here for you. And I know there is something here for you by the very nature that you tuned in and are listening. So be willing to receive everything that is here for you. And that means being present, being open, being willing to receive, because you've got choice in that. Keep breathing. I invite you to close your eyes. As long as you're not driving, keep your eyes open if you are. And as you're breathing, see how big you can make your belly. Fill it full of oxygen. This kind of breathing brings us present, lowers our stress levels, brings oxygen to every cell in our body, helps us have clearer thinking, and be open and present, and being able to think and receive and hear creates beautiful clarity and an openness to receive. Wonderful. So one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, eyes closed. And I want you to check in as we've been talking about being transformed, living an abundant, rich life, living on purpose and with great purpose. That you're setting the schedule, it's not running you. What is it you need? What is it that you need today that will encourage you and support you real time? Keep breathing. Check in and see. What is it that you need? And are willing to receive because you have choice. So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? See if that shifts what you need a little bit. Sometimes it does. Beautiful. And please note, I haven't asked you how that need is going to be met. We're just identifying what it is and what you're willing to receive support in. Receive that information. Beautiful. Let's take another breath. Wonderful. Come back fully into the room, eyes open, and take a moment to write down what was laid on your heart. So easy to get distracted, to forget, and we don't keep it top of mind. I want to invite you during our time together that you keep whatever it is that was laid on your heart top of mind. Being open to the unexpected and wonderful way in which it can be met, that you're actually looking forward to being surprised by how this need was incredibly met in a way you never would have anticipated or expected. Be open to that wonder. Be open to that support. And be on the lookout to receive all it is that you need today, real time, to support you, encourage you, and uplift you. Wonderful. Take another breath. We're going to give you lots of opportunities today to breathe, to listen, to check in, and to process real time, to actually integrate things on a cellular level so they become part of you. Beautiful. We're going to go around our virtual room here, and I'm going to give an opportunity for each of our amazing guests to just take a moment and share 15 seconds, 30 seconds when they stopped and listened in, what was laid on their heart. And I'd love to start with you, Zofia Rennea. What was laid on your heart?
That my clients are frequently mirrors for what's going on in my own life. And I should pay close attention to that.
Beautiful. Close attention to those mirrors, that reflection in our life.
Indeed.
Beautiful. It's not just all going on around us. It could be within us too. Beautiful. Beautiful. How about you, Nina? What was laid on your heart?
Just to remember that when I do doubt myself or that fear comes in with that voice, that just to trust and that everything is working out for my highest good right now.
Oh, beautiful. Trust that it's all working out for your highest good. Beautiful reminder.
Yes, I love to remind myself that when it's all falling apart, that the first phase in remodeling is demo.
It is. So let's take a moment, listeners, and breathe in what has been laid on your heart. Think about what our amazing guests shared and see if there's additional pieces that you want to add. Maybe there are some things showing up in your life that you thought were all around you, but perhaps are a message to you as a reflection of what may be going on inside of you. Maybe you're having some fears and doubts come up, and it's time to trust that it is all working to your highest good, and to own that and receive that and hold that. As we get ready to go into our first commercial break, as those beautiful commercials are playing in the background, which are updates and information and things that we want you to know about, and so we want you to listen as they're playing in the background. But take these 2 minutes to stay present. Resist that urge to cross things off the to-do list. Give yourself these 2 minutes to really listen and receive what's being laid on your heart, on your spirit. We're going to take this deeper when we come back from our commercial break, but it's really important that we're able to stop and listen to what's being laid on our own heart so that we are open and ready to receive more and more that can support us on our journey. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained. Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes. You gave yourself that opportunity to stop. Pause, breathe, and integrate. And that's actually one of the powerful gifts one of my grandmothers taught me in the highs in life and the lows in life, to remember to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate, giving myself the opportunity to process things on a cellular level so they become part of you instead of added onto that to-do list. So I'm going to encourage you throughout those moments in the show. They're disguised. You think they're commercial breaks, but these are secretly moments for you. So really take that opportunity and build those strong muscles of stopping, pausing, breathing, and integrating. We're talking about being transformed today. We're talking about living a life of abundance, of living on purpose and with great purpose. And our first amazing guest is joining us from Canada. I'm thrilled to have her here. I wanted to share a little bit of her background so you know a little bit more about her. You got to connect on a heart level earlier, and we're going to really talk about this, and she's got powerful information to support us on your journey. So let's open up those ears, lean in, be ready to hear, and let me introduce Nina to you. So Nina is an intuitive spiritual success and abundance coach, certified law of attraction coach, inspirational speaker, spiritual teacher, and a powerful author. And she specializes in personal transformation and spirituality and law of attraction. She's passionate about helping you step into your abundant success please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful and heartfelt Nina Heikkila to the show. Welcome!
Thank you, Rebecca.
You are so welcome. I'm thrilled to have you here today. And I want to make sure that I pronounced your last name correctly. So can you share the proper way to say it in case I didn't?
Sure, thank you. It's Heikkila, and I know it's a mouthful.
No, beautiful. Heikkila. Beautiful. Nina Heikkila. So welcome to have you. I'm just overjoyed to have you join us. So I hope you felt that warm, powerful welcome. Hands up as we receive you and welcome you to sharing with us today. And I'd love for you to share a little bit about why the work that you do is personally so important to you.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. My biggest passion and my big why it comes from my own personal journey, and that is realizing the importance of now, the present moment. I spent a long time being dissatisfied, following somebody else's roadmap, and not achieving fulfillment or, a life that even made me feel great. And so that's when, through a process, I started to realize that, becoming more authentic and, expressing my truths and really owning and being proud of who I was and not, the school that I went to or the career that I had was the key in transforming my life and having the life that made me feel fulfilled and joyful.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, because I think we can be following, I like how you said, that other people's roadmaps, paths to success, and not really stopping and even asking or discovering what ours is. And how beautiful that we can, and you discovered this in your journey, that you could own more of yourself. You could be more authentic. And I just, as you were sharing that, I thought, and I bet that felt good instead of trying to be something we're not and following other people's paths. And I love that your own journey has led to your why, and now you're helping others on their path. So I appreciate you sharing, and I thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, on your journey, as you were discovering what wasn't your roadmap and owning more of who you are, when did you realize and discover your passion and purpose?
Well, it took some universal course correction, and my final surrender to listening to my own inner guidance that allowed me to really go deep inside and figure out what felt good, what made me feel fulfilled, what had that spark of desire in it. And when I opened myself up and I didn't give the universe, my wish for a job that was in a certain industry or a job title, I left myself open to really feeling into that and to allowing myself to find and discover what my passion and purpose was in life. And it really just opened up so many possibilities and put me in a place where, I'm now living a fulfilling and joyful and abundant life.
Beautiful. I'm curious, because as you're saying and sharing how you tapped into some of your passion and your purpose and some of the seeking, it feels so wonderful and good. But you also mentioned in the beginning that there were some universe course corrections. And I'm curious if that's something, if those were as smooth and graceful, or were those a little bit more abrupt or forceful, or led you to start seeking?
Well, for almost a decade, I sort of did get trapped in that cycle of my old patterns, my old beliefs. I let myself be convinced that, I wasn't smart enough or good enough to, get the better job, after trying for so long. I was exhausted. I was frustrated. I was stressed out. I ended up having an anxiety attack at work. And that voice inside me said, this is not what you're meant to be doing. And then after a while, I was laid off, and there were poor economic conditions around me. So I could have easily gone into that place where, I had no options. I had to just keep trying to invent the wheel. But instead, I chose to, really open myself up and really give it everything that I had in order to just change my course and go a different route. And this time it would feel more fulfilling and more authentic and right for the first time in my life.
Thank you for sharing that, because I find, I know even my own journey, a lot of us have came to kind of the end of ourselves, the way we were doing things before we started to seek another way. And I was curious if that had been a part of your journey where you hit that wall. And that leads to some real soul searching and seeking. And there may be listeners today that are feeling burnt out, that are feeling like that schedule's running them and struggling and questioning things and just not sure that they can live on purpose and have that passion in their life. And I'd love for you to share how someone could start feeling into that a little bit and start to discover their passion and their purpose, especially in the midst of a storm.
Well, fear is something that will absolutely come up when you even think about making a change in your life or going the different route. And what we have to understand about fear is that it's not our authentic voice. It is, that primal mind, it's that cautionary, don't go there. But our purpose here is to really just tune in and to remember that, we have been through so much in our life and we can't reflect on the negative parts of it. We should celebrate all of the successes along the way, and we should really reinforce that we have everything we need to, achieve our goals and to make that decision to change what we've been doing for so long. We really need to stand up for ourselves, and that's hard to do.
Yes. I just want to underline that. I think that's so powerful, that we need to be willing to stand up for ourselves, even with ourselves, and those voices that come up, that we need to be willing to do that. Really, really powerful. And I'm glad you brought up fear, because that's something sometimes we don't want to talk about, but it's a very real thing that we're confronted, and that's not necessarily the authentic voice to be listening to, more of an emotion and trying to keep us safe, but it's not necessarily speaking reality into our life, and kind of remembering our truth and standing up for that. I really like that, standing up for ourselves. So important. And I'd love for you to share, as you've gone on this journey and have found how to live more authentically and on purpose and powerfully and with passion in your life, what have been a couple of the rewarding parts for you? Some of those highlights.
I ended up in a place that the old me, never would have even had on the radar. But I am so grateful for where I ended up. And, I was just directed to go down a road where, I finally acknowledged that my life, even though it had the negative events, even though I had beaten myself up over all the mistakes and the failures, I really came to a point where, hey, you know what? My life means something. Everything that I've been through really meant something, because it allowed me to share my experiences and my journey, just to, sort of show people that they're not the only ones going through this, and they have support. And so everything that I've been through allowed me to help others. And that really made me feel so good about myself, and it really reinforced, that I am here for a reason, and there's a purpose for me in this world.
Beautiful. I love that every part of the journey is used and can help another if we're willing. And I love how willing you are to share and to support others and to bring those things that you've learned forward to support others. So as we've talked a little bit about discovering our passion, discovering our purpose, some of the things to start seeking, how can we also in that live more authentically? And kind of what does that mean? And why do we want to live more authentically?
Well, it's not easy. I'll tell you from my experience. It's something that I've struggled with. To actually feel confident enough to speak your truth. We may have had lives like I did, where we've been told things. We've been, maybe as children we were told that we shouldn't speak up. It's out of place. Or we had some sort of event where we were embarrassed when we did say something. So we completely shut our authentic voice down and trained ourselves that it's not good. It's dangerous for us to speak up. People will judge us or laugh at us. So it really it takes a lot of courage to express your authentic voice and to actually live authentically. You really have to surrender the opinions of others. You really have to start to become selfish. And not selfish in the negative connotation, but selfish as in finally knowing that you have value and you have worth, and that people can get something from your message. There's something in you, in your message, that somebody will benefit from. And just knowing that, it can maybe make it a little easier for you to share your authentic voice. When I finally did, it just felt like I could surrender those dual roles in life. I could really just live as me. And that has just made all the difference in my world. I really feel that, hey, I'm good enough. And I feel actually very worthy now. And that is a major shift.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate your candor around authenticity and some of the challenge in that and the fear that can come up around that, but that it is so worth the journey, and that each of you are enough and you are worthy and you're needed, in fact, beautifully and uniquely gifted. And as we get ready to go to our next commercial break here, I want to encourage you to use these 2 minutes to stop, pause, listen, really listen to what is being laid on your heart and spirit from some of what Nina has shared to you, or maybe as you've been sinking into what she is sharing to you, you've had some things that have come up in you, some voices that are whispering, that are encouraging you, reminding you are enough, inviting you to live on purpose and with purpose. So take a moment as we go to this next commercial break to stop, pause, breathe, and integrate. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success, is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you stopped, paused, breathed, and integrated what was being spoken into your heart and into your spirit. That you're beginning this journey, or you're checking in on where is it? Who are you becoming? Where are you wanting to go? What are you needing to live that abundant life, to live on purpose and with great purpose? Let's take a moment and look at your paper. Look at what you wrote at the beginning of the show. We're at the halfway point, so it's great to check in and see, have you been listening? Have you had your eyes and heart open to receiving what it is you need today that was laid on your heart? Just a good check-in so that we're keeping it top of mind as we continue our conversation. Beautiful. So as we connect back in, I'm excited to introduce our second amazing guest, who I know you're going to enjoy, and she's going to pour powerful wisdom and insight into our hearts and into our spirits. So Zofia Rennea is a global strategist. She's a former biophysicist, intuitive healer, and practical mystic. I like that combination, practical mystic. It's beautiful. A radio show host on our very own network here on Voice America of Sovereign Self. And she is passionate about helping you through your spiritual crisis to your path of passion and purpose. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing and heartfelt Zofia Rennea Morales. Welcome!
Thank you. Thank you for that lovely introduction. I'm so pleased to be here, and it's such a privilege to be talking to you today.
You are so welcome, and I'm thrilled to have you and just here with us and joining in heart and spirit, and honored to have you carving time out to pour into all of us and join us today. So thank you.
You are most welcome, and I can't take credit for any of the wisdom that comes through. It's not me. I'm just the messenger.
I celebrate your willingness, though, because sometimes the messages we bring forward can be heavy to carry, or sharing, and not always the way we would share things, but that willingness to step forward and be a messenger is a gift. And so I appreciate that, and we will receive and keep that mindful of what you're bringing forward. And I'd love for you to start our conversation with why this work that you're doing is so important to you. And it's such a shift from what you were doing before. You're leaning in and bringing forward now. So why is this work, why does it matter to you? Why is this work personally important to you?
This work is personally important to me because whatever you wish to call it, God, the universe, the divine, all is one, went to a great deal of trouble to get my muggly attention. I was smacked upside the head with a 2x4 and literally put in a position where I had explored every option that I could possibly come up with, that anyone in my circle could possibly come up with to become well, and there wasn't a path out. And I prayed, which is something I had not done in a great many years, like decades, before that point. And it was a really sincere, heartfelt prayer. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't like high-minded or anything. It was really simple. It was, God, I will do anything to get better. And a little voice in my mind said, are you sure you mean anything? And I said, yes, I absolutely mean anything, never imagining what that anything would encompass. But what was put in front of me was that I had to accept that there was more to life than physical and mental and emotional, that there is a spiritual component that cannot be ignored. And in fact, when you find that you cannot solve the problem and that those first 3 levels, it's the 4th level that you need to turn to.
I appreciate you sharing what you're sharing with us, because I think sometimes we think it has to be this fancy, hard thing. And it really is this place of sincerity, reaching out, I need help and I'm willing to do whatever, that a lot of that transformation happens, and that willingness to go deep. And when it's something that perhaps wasn't part of your life before, reaching that point that you're willing to start asking this question, seek beyond yourself, is such a powerful moment and a tender moment. And I appreciate you sharing it with us.
It's, I think, one of the main things that I'm here to share. You know, I tried to live life from the physical 3D perspective, you know, and I was a self-improvement junkie, you know, and it never brought the answers to how do I deal with my emotions, you know, how do I live a life that's in flow. I've had just about every shit that can happen in a person's life happened to me. And it didn't have to be that way, but I didn't realize that I was trying to solve my problems on the wrong level.
And kind of looking at that and exploring, you know, when things get hard like that or dark, or we kind of reach the end of ourselves, or all the places we're seeking and we think the solution's at, and finding it's not. Every door we've opened and isn't leading where we need to go or providing the answer that we need. When we're in those places, how can we start to find our passion, our purpose, our spark and sparkle again? How can we start that?
Yeah, you know, for some of us, it's never, it isn't like this moment of, boom, the lights go on and, oh, there it is, there's my passion, there's my purpose. Some of us wander through this world avoiding that question of what do you want to be when you grow up? What are you passionate about? It's like, dinner tonight, you know. What I've discovered is when you connect into your soul and into your connection to the divine, to God, to Source, and you surrender that desire to control and the way you think your mind thinks it needs to work out, and you just say, what is my next step? And open your mind to hear whatever it is. And usually it sounds silly, trivial, or mundane. But if you honor that instinct, that intuition, that divine connection, and you do that silly, trivial, mundane thing, It leads you to places you would not have normally gone, into opportunities that are perfectly designed for you because, well, they were designed for you. Mm-hmm. And when you follow those breadcrumbs every day on a daily basis, at some point you can turn around and look back and you go, oh my gosh, there's my purpose. I can see it now in the pattern.
Mm. Beautiful. And can you actually lead us in a moment where we're connecting in and just asking? We're getting ready to go to that next commercial break, and I'd love for them, as we're doing that, to be led to just kind of tap into the heart a little bit and see what is that next breadcrumb, what is that next step they can take today to be on purpose.
Yeah, basically what you need to do is go into your heart. And some of us have big, thick walls around your heart. That's not a problem. Go inside. You have the key. And there's a place where love wells up. And sometimes it's hard to find if you've had a really bad day, but you can recall love that you've had in the past to kind of jumpstart that. The moment your child was placed in your arms the first time, you know, the delight of your first dog. These kinds of loves will help to open up those floodgates so it really fills. And then you ask, what is my next step on my journey? And you wait in a state of curiosity.
Okay.
See what comes forward.
Beautiful. So let's do that. Everyone, let's take a moment. Just stop for a moment. Take a breath. Let's put both hands on our heart as we're kind of opening up, we're keeping it safe as the walls are opening up, as you were saying, if they're thicker, to kind of tap in, perhaps. And that we have the key. I like that beautiful insight that we have a key. We have the key, and be willing to take that key and open the door. And it's you. You're safe. We're here connecting and supporting you as you go into your heart. Beautiful. Take a breath. And then what do they ask as we've connected in?
What is my next step on my journey today?
Beautiful. So what is your next step? My next step on the journey? Beautiful. And just see. Feel in. As we get ready to go to our next commercial break, I encourage you to be in this place of listening and receiving the beautiful information that you're opening up to, and see what that next step is. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter @VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's Not Just Talk Radio, hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-host Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing, packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy, and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes listening to your heart, seeing what that next step on the journey is uniquely and perfectly designed for you. I want to take a moment and write that down just in case you haven't done so. It's so easy to get distracted, move on to the next shiny thing, get just kind of thrown back into the day, can feel like sometimes. So really take a moment to carve that out and look at taking, purposely choose to take that next step. I was talking with our amazing guests behind the scenes, and I asked them if they could share their contact information because, one, I want you to be able to connect in with them as we've had this beautiful opportunity to come together. I want you to be able to continue that connection, continue that conversation as it serves. So we're going to let you know how to stay in touch with them, how to connect, and then I asked them if they had something on their heart that they wanted to make sure they shared with you as you get ready to go back out into the world. And then I have something on my heart as well that I wanted to share with you too. So with that, Zofia Rennea, I would love for you to share how they can stay in touch with you.
Well, if you're curious to learn more about me, it's transformationspace.co, that's C-O. And if you would like to have a free 15-minute conversation with me, to gain some understanding or clarity about your personal situation, you can go to book, B-O-O-K, Zofia, Z-O-F-I-A, coffeechat.com. And that will show you the open times on my schedule, and we'll have a no-strings-attached conversation.
Beautiful.
What's on my heart that I wanted to share.
Please, yeah. Well, and I love how you've incorporated coffee into that conversation. I'm sure tea is allowed too, but I'm a coffee girl, so I like that.
It's usually tea on my side.
Beautiful, beautiful. But yes, what else was on your heart to share?
What I want to share is I know sometimes we end up in these dark places in life where you've been hit by a Mack truck, whether literally or figuratively, and everything is lying around you in a shambles. I just want to share with you that this is an amazing opportunity that has been presented to you. It may not feel like it right now. It may feel like a great big giant shit sandwich. But the beautiful thing about hitting bottom is you have bedrock to rebuild from. And you can make it anything you want, and you don't have to do it alone. Beautiful. In fact, you don't do it alone. We all have spiritual advisory councils who are here, supporting us and working with us and guiding us and giving us insight when we ask questions like, what is my next step on my path? And if you have trouble connecting with your counsel, that's one of the things that one of the services that I offer is to get you connected into your higher self and into your counsel.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing and that encouragement that if we are at that place, it's a beautiful place to build from, and we can choose what we're building and we don't have to do it alone. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. And Nina, I'd love for you to share how people can connect in and stay in touch and go deeper with you.
Thank you, Rebecca. If you would like to know more about me, you can go to www.livinginabundanceyyc.ca, and you can even download 2 free chapters of my book, Leaving the Matrix. And you can also sign up for a free 30-minute discovery session. And during that session, I will help you unearth some of the blocks and conscious and unconscious limiting beliefs that may have been stopping you from achieving your potential in the past and how to overcome them.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I love that both of our guests are willing to make themselves personally available. That's a really rich gift. So if you're finding that you're wanting that additional support, just remember you're not on your own. It's not a solo journey. We're here with you, and they have lovingly opened up their hearts and arms to walk beside you. So if you're feeling that prompting, perhaps that's that next step. I want to encourage you to lean in and know that they're here with you. And then, Nina, did you have something on your heart that you wanted to remind us or share with us as we get ready to go back out to the world?
Absolutely. What I'd most like to share is, well, first of all, for real transformation, one has to ask, if not now, then when? When am I going to change my life and have the life that I desire, the one that feels really, fulfilling, and the one that feels authentic to me? When am I going to put myself first instead of maybe fulfilling all the needs of others around me? And it can feel selfish, but it's the first step to really, owning that you are worthy of having everything that you want in life.
Yes.
And it just takes that. It just takes you making that decision, and even just choosing to change what you've been doing in the past, that just sets off this sort of energy that helps you start to move in that direction. The bigger your reason is for change, that is what can help motivate you. Even through the challenges.
Beautiful.
And I just want to, really strongly tell people you have to be compassionate towards yourself. You need to just look at your experiences as how you're supposed to look at them, lessons, because they make you who you are. And
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And we are coming to a close here, so I want to encourage you to connect in with Nina to be able to dig in and get even more, but really remembering to love yourself and to take those steps to support yourself as you're moving forward, to remember how important and valuable you are. I so want to underline and underscore that and remind you that you are not alone on this journey. It's something every single day we get to choose to live on purpose and with purpose. Taking that moment to stop, pause, and check in makes a profound difference in your life. And in fact, we created a 365-day daily inspiration book inspired by our show, Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. The book is called Empowering You, Transforming Lives. You can find it on Amazon. And it's a daily inspiration book that every day throughout the calendar year, you can flip to that day and get encouragement, get insight, get something to reflect in on and see what that means to you. Or in the back, you can go in the back and look up by subject. Maybe you're facing fear or you're looking for courage, and it'll give you inspirations that can support you on that. I want to invite you to bring tools into your life. Tap into resources to support you on your journey in the way that you need it, because each of you are beautifully and wonderfully made on purpose and for a purpose. In fact, I believe for such a time as this. The biggest gift that you can give the world is being willing to be more of you, being willing to share more of you. And your time is now. It's not someday. It's not when we've got everything figured out, or we think we do, or we suddenly feel like it. It's that you are needed now, and be willing to share the amazing gift of who you are. That is transformational. That makes a difference in the world. You are a needed part of the garden of life. So as you go back out into the world, I want to encourage you to take 2 minutes at the end of the show and really see what's being spoken to your heart and spirit. What is that next step? What are you going to share? That wherever you go, whatever you do, that you will be willing to share the gift of you. Be willing to bloom where you were planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. I'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.